What up, y'all? VTX in the building. I'm back in action. Happy to be alive. I hope y'all are doing well. Man, took a couple weeks off. Been just watching, seeing what's going on. I hope y'all are excited. I hope y'all are believing in yourself, in your abilities, in the market. Because if you don't believe, then what are we even doing? We gotta believe. If you don't believe, then you sell and you get out of here and you miss the whole bull market. We're definitely in a bull market. Oh, we are definitely in a bull market. I know you can feel it. I know you can tell. So, a couple things I've just, of course, Pulse Chain, PulseX, that's my ecosystem. That's what I'm into. And it's been really cool to just see some of these meme coins just pop off like, whoa, what is going on? It's like, and I really understand what Sami talks about when he says lottery ticket size, because you got to learn. You got to learn. And if you're playing with, lottery ticket size and you make a mistake, it's not going to blow up your portfolio, and you get the experience and you get to see how the market's moving in your gut, what your gut told you to do. And, oh, I did that and that didn't really work out. Or I did that and that's good. Maybe next time I'm going to do that again and see how that works out. And it's like, it's building your confidence and your experience. And man, it's just weird to be in a frothy environment after spending such a long time in depression. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, what's going on? So it's really cool. One narrative that I find super interesting is the PDI narrative. The PP DAI Pulse Chain forked copy of DAI stablecoin. And it's so interesting because I think it's a really good example of like that bell curve. Like you got a small percentage of people on one end that are saying PDI is going to peg to $1. And then you got a small percentage on the other end of the spectrum that's people think PDI is going to peg to $1. And then, that bulk of the people in the middle, they're just like, PDI will never peg to $1. Oh my, what are you guys doing? Blah, 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 blah. Mid-curvers. I don't know. It's just really cool. One thing that's like super interesting about it too is that if you think about Richard Hart and his ego and being somebody that is that like wants to do something big, wants to be like, I'm the first this, I'm the first certificate of deposit on the blockchain. You know what I mean? First, full world's largest airdrop, full system state copy of Ethereum, Pulse Chain. And to think, and you just got to use your imagination a little bit right now. You just got to think. Yeah, we've seen stable coins that were invented by people, but there was never a future speculative potential stablecoin that was a forked copy that started from zero and then went all the way to $1. And do I think it'll peg? I don't know. There's a bunch of people out here that have been doing research. They think they got some behind the scenes actions, big wallets, moving things, collateralizations. I've been doing a little bit of research about Maker Protocol and how things get collateralized. It kind of reminds me of liquid loans a little bit, and how like you put your collateral in and then you can mint the stable coin, and if your collateral goes down, you get liquidated, and they have to burn they have to take the stable coin out of the pool, but they buy it back and they burn. I don't know, blah blah blah. It's a lot going on, but it's just like, it's about the narratives and capturing people's imagination, and what's more capturing of imagination than a green candle going to the moon? That captures a lot of imagination for people, especially as degens. But I don't know. That would be amazing if Richard Hart was like, I made the first copy of Ethereum with an unbacked stablecoin that grew from nothing into a stablecoin. Dun, 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 dun. It'd be pretty amazing. So that's cool. That's all good stuff. Been seeing like meme coins just ramp up, man. These new, and that's what's kind of cool about. I mean, I just wish I had, you know, more dry powder on the side. I've been like all in for a long time. Of course, yield farming. So like, from week to week, I'll check out some ink, maybe like rotate it into a couple things and just see what happens. And other than that, it's just like looking at ratios and doing small things here. I'm not like a big trader, you know what I mean? You got to be in front of the computer for a long time and always looking at the charts. And, especially in the bull market, we got to be on top of things, but still working and like doing, can't be there all the time. So I'm not doing big stuff like that. But, just seeing these meme coins kind of pop off, new meme coins, and like, one thing I might be doing is just from time to time, just refreshing Deck Screener and seeing if new pairs and if people launch new tokens. I know you got to be like super careful because you don't know who these people are who are launching these tokens, and what, they're going to rug a lot of them rug, you know what I mean? But, hey, I mean, like we're seeing things like Solid X and Icarus and, the 50X, 100X, like you get in early, just, throw a couple bucks in and see what happens. It could have hurt, look at no harm, no foul. So just like thinking about, having the Deck Screener app and just pop it open from time to time, just see if any new pairs pop up and, evaluate it from there and see what's going on. But other than that, the strategy hasn't changed. Just long and strong, baby. Just long and strong, We'd hope that the Pulse chain and the Pulse X prices were higher, but if you're a believer and you believe, you don't, the mindset of a believer is not, ah, damn, the prices are so low. It's, whoa, the prices are cheap. Cheap versus expensive. Low, high, no, cheap and expensive. So if prices are cheap and you're a believer, then that's your DCA right there. Still following the super trend, still green. So we got to see what happens. We're here. Anything else? Oh, so this is a funny story. I got added to one of these like Facebook group chats. I don't know what it was years ago. And it's one of those like somebody just blasts and spams everybody. And they're like, I don't know. Do you want to come to my, I don't know, pay? I don't know I don't know what it was. I have no idea what it was. And, you see people like so-and-so left the group, so-and-so left the group, so-and-so left the group. And I just never left the group. And then, I don't know, over a year or two later, somebody just pops in. I get this like notification and he's saying, hey, any of y'all mess with crypto? I was like, yeah, what's good? Turns out he launched the coin on Solana. And I'm just like, all right. So I wasn't really trying to be like, like a jerk or anything, but I sent him this article like 75% of transactions failing on Solana. And he's like, he was like really, he didn't get offended. He was like, I know it's such a mess, like blah, blah, blah. Is there another chain that I should launch on? I was like, yo, check out Pulse Chain. Like it's got a lot of potential. He's like, yeah, send me some links. Sent him over some links. And then he was like, dude, you should get on Farcaster. I'm like, Farcaster, what is this? And he like told me, he's like, it's kind of like Twitter, but and like Reddit, but you got to pay $5 for the year. So that's how they like filter out the bots. And apparently Vitalik uses it. And the app is called Warpcast. So I don't know. Farcaster is like, it's like Web3 blockchain social media, but not completely. It's kind of like a hybrid. I've been watching some videos about it. It's really interesting. And I definitely saw a coffee on there. I saw a gold key on there. I saw a dip catcher. I haven't really done any posts or anything about it, but I want to learn more about the technology. So I signed up for that. Yeah, so the app is called Warpcast, but I think the whole ecosystem is called Farcaster. And I'm watching some videos about the co-founders, ex Coinbase guy, had a lot of things to say that were like kind of hitting home to our like RH fundamentals of like freedom of speech and all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna like watch that video again, take notes, and maybe do an episode just about Warpcast. And something that was like super interesting about it was they had this new release called Frames. And what a frame is it's kind of like on Instagram how you can put a poll in your story. So like, hey, do you like red, green, blue, or yellow? Or slide this fader to show me how much you like this picture of my dog. But on Warpcast, you can make a frame, but you can program it to do different things, which was like really interesting. So there's people that like push this button to mint an NFT, or push this button to go to like this website, or somebody put like a shopping cart in there, like pick which item you want to buy, and boom. So it's just like cool to think of like stories that have like a aspect of it that's programmable and flexible. I was trying to like learn about how, Warpcast and Farcaster, how they are actually like Web3 integrated. I think it's on Optimism layer of Ethereum. And when I signed up for it, it gave me like, it gave me the like the seed phrase. So I was like, okay, cool. But then when I signed in, there was like no wallet really. Like you can do in-app purchases, but there was no like crypto wallet specifically. So from my limited understanding at this moment, it's kind of cool. Like your authentication, like who you are, like VTX Crypto is the person that's posting this. That's authenticated on the blockchain, but all the aspects, all the data of everybody's posts and replies and messages and everything, that actually isn't on the blockchain. And that's what allows it to happen like real quickly and like with big data moving around, because it doesn't all actually, there is some sort of system. I got to watch more. There's like a system where people run validation software, but they don't get paid for it because it's not like rewards that get paid to people that run validation software for blockchain. So you might think like, why would somebody like make a node and run this computer to validate this social media platform when they're not getting paid for it? But then that's where it comes in. It's like, oh, they got your data, big data. So, I mean, I guess if you're posting things on social media like Instagram and Twitter, it's a public forum, you know what I mean? So you probably don't really care too much about who has your data at that point anyway. Everyone's going to know. So these people that are validating Farcaster, they can use research, and then they can create, apps that take data from Warpcast and Farcaster or whatever and are like specific, like, okay, give me everybody that posts about peanut butter and jelly, or everybody that posts about sports, and they can come up with apps and just grab data from those sort of things. So I don't know, it's like I'm definitely want to learn more about that. But something that was catching my attention was like, it's like a new platform. Like if we're trying to get the word out about Pulse Chain, RH ecosystem, we got to like branch out and like hit some communities that, outside of our little like bubble. So I'm going to like dig a little bit deeper in this. Maybe there's some other influencers that might find it interesting, and we can start a little community over there on Warpcast and see if we can bring some new people in and talk it seems like it's my buddy that was not really my buddy, just this random guy that kind of messaged me about it. Shout out to Steve-O. He's like, people are mad cool on there. There's no bots because you got to pay that $5. So it's not really like getting spammed and all that sort of stuff. And, it hit that little bump. Like the daily active users have gone up a lot since they integrated those frames and stuff. And it seems to be like a growing platform. So super interesting. Anyway, I hope y'all are amazing. I hope you're enjoying life. I love you. Be well and peace.